Tuambie ni nani?
No, we've reached a point, and I have to speak this on behalf of the leaders of ODM, because I'm the only one who's able to say it. People are being intimidated in the party of ODM. People are being de-whipped simply for showing up on that stage with me. People I did not even invite. By being removed in committees, in county assemblies, in parliaments. We've reached a situation where you're being told to fill out forms on whether you support the regime of the day. If you do, then you'll be given TSC slots. If you don't, God knows what happens to you. There is full-on intimidation of members.
On what basis? Why is there intimidation?
I feel that those in the party that have a different agenda and they're hell-bent on achieving this agenda, no matter what it may take. And
who are those?
How much are you going to? All secrets. As much as I'm honest, I don't reveal all secrets. But I can't do it. I can't do it because it's going to put certain people in a lot of trouble, simply because of the level of intimidation that we're in. Now, Winnie, Odinga and Kibra, there was a joke a cousin of mine said that when you see Winnie grabbing a mic, no, things are terrible. The fact that after his time, people may feel differently. People may want to take different directions. But he believed in their right to do so because it is a democracy. So we did discuss quite a few different things.
Yes.
And sijui baba aliwaambia sijui nini ati. Hiyo ni kukosa adabu. Nyamazeni bwana. Hiyo ni kukosa adabu. Tulieni bana. Everything baba alikuwa anasema mbele ya watu wake.
He didn't. I believe if he did, you'd play that clip as well. The last thing he mentioned, which was during an ODM PG at Argyle Hotel, and people were asking about that matter, he said, who told you ODM will not field a candidate in 2027? So those that are now saying that in secret he told them, who told them? Because everything he said, he used to say to all of us in front of us. He was not a duplicitous leader. He did not say something in the morning and go and try something else at night. So when I raised those statements, it was out of the concern that certain people or certain quarters are trying to achieve something which doesn't necessarily stand for the creed of the ODM party, and perhaps could be taking advantage of a situation for their own gain.
What do you think they're trying to achieve with that?
Your guess is as good as mine. But you see, Yvonne, something that has happened in society, and this has happened in every society, whether it was in Europe or in Asia when empires fell, power was moved from the center to focusing on the needs of the people. So Kenya has, in my view, three issues that take 2 or 3 parts, maybe. The first is the unwillingness or the inability for the leaders to recognize that the desires of their people has changed. This is not 30 years ago. People want servant leadership. They don't want to be called somewhere and told this is what's happening. They need to be consulted in the process. And as far as anybody in ODM is concerned, they're used to that because Baba consulted everybody. The second issue is the manipulation of those in the lower classes to a point where they have to bargain between their survival and their dignity. And the third is the personalization of policy, that if you don't agree with this or something, it's so tied to a person, the cult of personality, that it becomes a feud. It becomes something people want to say, you know. I've seen in the media myself as a headline very many times, all in feuds. It's not a personality war. It's not a private war. It's fighting for the soul and the creed of what the members of ODM believe in.
So what was Raila's last political wishes? What's that creed of ODM that according to you, in your conversations with him?
For the past 40 years, Raila has been a defender of social justice. He's fought for the upward social mobility of the people of Kenya. The D in ODM stands for democracy. People are allowed to speak. He once said that even though I may not agree with what you say, I will defend your right to say it. The M is movement. And if we've started a journey of bettering the lives of people, you cannot have people still living in pathetic conditions, living undignified lives, and you say you've made a deal, and now we relax. No, the movement means we keep on moving until the lives of as many people as we can possibly impact are improved. So that is what Raila Odinga believed in.
ODM si chama kilichojazaliwa kama siri. Nasikia kuna wengine ambao wanatembea nasi mchana lakini usiku wanajaribu kuuza hii chama. Haiwezekani. ODM was not born in a bedroom. It was not made in a bedroom. So its future will not be discussed as pillow talk. It has been the heartbeat of the Kenyan people for 20 years. ODM was born from protest. It was raised in resistance. And the people of ODM have time and time again bled, sweat, and shed tears for this country called Kenya. We are sorry that we don't always get it right. Poleni. But we will never be sorry for being inconvenient. They like to call us a party of goons. What we're doing is nation building. Nation building is untidy. Nation building is inconvenient. Nation building is uncomfortable. Nation building has left us in tears as ODM, as the People's Party, time and time again. But we, ODM, belong to the people. And we will continue growing because the young people of ODM have conviction.
So, Winnie, you said ODM's future will not be discussed as pillow talk. Is it? And by whom?
Well, that's a figure of speech. The same way you have an accent, I have one. It's a figure of speech. What I was alluding to is secret talks or private talks. I feel the party has not done its or fulfilled its mandate in an open manner. For example, our party leader died. The party has not once come and addressed us as members to inform us our party leaders died. They've picked a new team. The party has not once come to address and tell us they have picked a new team. The next day we wake up and they're saying they're in new talks. They have not once come to consult us. So the figure of speech of seems to be a clique that does things in private and dictates to the party members is not the style of ODM, and so that's what I was alluding to.
All right. You say that has not been done in terms of formally addressing the party members. One of the first key decisions that was made right after Raila Odinga passed was the installation of Dr. Odinga as the party leader.
Yes.
Is that a decision that you think was done procedurally?
The decision of procedure is not up to Winnie Odinga. It's written in the ODM constitution. And this, I don't want this to be personalized on the matter of my uncle, as though this is a private matter that we're being discussed in public. I love my uncle loves me. I know under the screen you have that rolling screen that tells people what the speaker has said. Please, that should be the headline. Winnie loves her uncle and her uncle loves her. The matter is people misrepresenting themselves and moving in a manner that I feel is not respectful to the creeds of the party. I don't believe they've acted in a manner that was respectful to the wishes and creed of the former party leader. I also don't believe, I know for a fact, that they are not being respectful to the constitution of ODM. The constitution of ODM, not written by Winnie Odinga, says that no member of the Central Committee or the NEC is able to act on behalf of the party of ODM unless they are ratified by the NDC. That is not a personality matter on the party leader. That includes the chair, the current deputy chairs, and many people in that committee. Therefore, misrepresenting themselves, and at a time when they should have been informing the party, giving us a way forward, the party was mourning their leader. They forced a celebration during a mourning period. They went and did an NGC and misrepresented that they are the ones in charge, knowing very well they are not in charge, until an NDC happens. They've gone further to begin talks They are unable to be in talks. If there was somebody sneaky, they could actually go to court. They are not following the procedure, which to me shows a lack of good faith, a lack of goodwill, a lack of, they're unwilling to listen to dissenting voices. People question, people say anything. The custodian of our constitution is the SG. And all of a sudden, people are being told to leave. That is not ODM.
So,
what a great interview from Winnie Odinga, and a superb way of answering the questions that Yvonne Okoro is pushing forth. And we've been waiting for such a moment. We've been waiting for this moment, and it has come with very many questions that Kenyans finally had precise answers to each and every question. Though Yvonne's trying to get more personal, of which Winnie Odinga is trying to evade, but again she got caught into the moment. I think she became emotional, and she let her guard off, and she started speaking all the things. But the very many questions that people wanted to hear about, she has evaded them, but she has answered them in another way. People really wanted to know whether she's in a good relationship with the uncle, who is Dr. Buru Odinga, who is now the party leader. But she answered and said the procedure that was to be followed as per the constitution of ODM on the installment of a party leader was not followed, and they're waiting for the NDC, the National Delegates Conference for ODM, for them to be able to elect who will become a leader. But again, she says, okay, it's good that he's in that position, because the other hungry wolves that given that position would have messed up the position. Asked about the 2027, the coalition government with the UDA, says that is not what Baba would have wanted, because he said, who said that we won't have a candidate in 2027. And the fact that there are people who are really pushing for that, and they have gone to public rallies, and after that they are in total support of the government, it's another thorn in the flesh to Winnie, because that is not what ODM would have really, or Raila Odinga would have really wanted. But the key thing, whenever she says, is that she even doesn't know what Baba would have wanted. So there is no one who should come and start saying that this is what Baba wanted, this is what Baba wanted. If Baba talked to you in the secret, doesn't mean that that is what he really wanted. If he told different people different things at given moments or given times, doesn't really mean that what is Baba really wanted. So people should at least keep that for themselves, and try find a better way or better course for ODM. Okay, they should have the freedom to do and say whatever they want to say, because that is the key. That is the key objective of ODM party, a party full of democracy. But now they should not follow, or they should not lure people or force people or make people sign papers to push on their own agenda. That is the agenda of 2027, trying to support President William Samoei Ruto, though she did not mention President William Samoei Ruto, but support the administration of the day, because maybe that is not what is enshrined in the ODM constitution at all. It's a bit not direct to what people would have wanted to hear, because people would have wanted more of direct answers. Do you people have a problem with your uncle? Yes, we have a problem, but that is not how she has answered her questions. As on why her and Odinga Jr. went to Kibra on the very day that the uncle and other party leaders were in Kakamega for a party, wherever, she says, we just went to visit the people in Kibra because we have the rest go in Kibra. We've been in Kibra for all this long, and there are people, and we want to say hi to them, because it's just a good thing for them to say hi to those people, because those people have always been there for them, not just for them, but and in whatever she says, she feels like not really she feels like listening to her, you'll hear some part of her saying that she regrets so much, or she feels the burden that Raila Amolo Odinga, her father, who is her father, is no longer there, and life is kind of difficult for her to continue or live, because now the father is not around. That is something that everyone else will always feel. And then asked why, she told William Samoei Ruto that she's ready to come back home. Yvonne makes it look like she was asking for a political position within the country, But she says, okay, that is not what she really said. But if Kenyans want her back home for a given role, she's ready to come back home and do whatever she's supposed to do back at home, because that is what people really would have really wanted her to do. And that leaves very many Kenyans feeling not answered the way they would have answered. But for those who are wise enough, understands that she has already answered every question that Kenyans had about her. So leave us your comment in the comment section and tell us, do you think Winnie Odinga is on the right course, or do you think she's not on the right course?